Dear child, take a deep breath. Let the world go quiet for a moment. This message is not here by accident. Your angels are gently surrounding you, leaning close to your heart because they want to tell you something important. They want you to know what's really happening beneath the silence, beneath the space, beneath all the moments that felt like nothing was moving. There is someone you've been thinking about. Someone whose energy has stayed with you no matter how much time has passed, and your angels are here to help you understand why you still feel them, why you can't shake their presence, why their name keeps echoing inside you even when you try to move on. That person is not okay. They may look calm. They may act like everything is fine, but inside they are not at peace. Inside they are not at peace. Inside there is a heavy storm of emotions they can no longer control. Their heart is full of things they've never said, emotions they've buried for too long, truths they've been too afraid to speak out loud. They are hurting quietly. They are longing for you deeply, and they don't know how to express any of it. They don't have the words, but their soul is trying to reach you in a different way, not with sounds, not with logic, but with energy, with spirit, with the invisible connection that still ties your hearts together. They are sending you messages without even realizing it. Every time you think of them out of nowhere, every time you feel a wave of emotion that doesn't make sense, every time your heart suddenly tightens or your eyes tear up for no reason, that is them. That is their soul brushing against yours, trying to say what they cannot yet speak. They are waking up. Something inside of them has changed. They are beginning to see the truth they once tried to ignore. Maybe they didn't recognize what they had with you when they had it. Maybe they pushed it away. Maybe they told themselves they weren't ready, that it wasn't real, or that they could move on. But now their heart is no longer quiet. Now the truth is rising in them like a tide. They can't hold back. They are starting to understand what you meant to them. They are realizing how deep your love went, how gently you saw them, how patiently you stayed even when it hurt. And now that realization is shaking them. They feel the weight of it, they feel the depth of it, and they don't know what to do with everything they feel. Your angels want you to know that this isn't just confusion. This isn't just regret, this is love. Real, sacred, soul-deep love that has been buried beneath fear and pride and silence. And it is trying to rise again. They are not reaching out. They are afraid that once they open their mouth, everything will come pouring out, raw and unfiltered. They are afraid that their voice won't be strong enough to carry the feelings they've kept inside for so long. So instead, they stay silent. But that silence is not empty. That silence is full of unsaid apologies, full of memories, full of emotion, full of the deepest longing they've ever known. They are starting to see you with new eyes. They are remembering the little things, the way you smiled at them, the way you listened, the way you made them feel seen. They are realizing how rare that was, how rare you are, and that awareness is changing everything inside them. They thought they had time. They thought they could come back whenever they were ready, but now they are afraid they waited too long. They wonder if you still care. They wonder if you still think of, they wonder if your heart still has space for them, or if they've become just another closed chapter in your story. And that fear holds them back. That fear makes them hesitate even though every part of their soul is screaming for them to move toward you. They are learning something powerful right now. They are learning that love isn't about control. It's not about being perfect. It's not about always knowing the answers. Love is about truth. It's about presence. It's about being real, being honest even when it's scary. They are beginning to understand that their strength doesn't come from being cold or distant. It comes from being brave enough to show their heart. And that lesson is humbling them. It is softening them. It is showing them that the way they used to protect themselves is no longer working. The walls they built are crumbling. The pride they once clung to is fading. And underneath it all is something tender, something scared, something deeply in love with you. Your angels are gently guiding them back to their truth. They are helping your person feel everything they once tried not to feel. They are helping them remember what matters most is you. Not just because of the love you gave them, but because of who you are. Because your soul touched something inside them that no one else ever could. Because your presence brought them peace. Because your eyes held them in a way they didn't even know they needed. And now that they're feeling it again, they don't know how to carry it, they don't know how to come forward, but they want to. More than anything, they want to speak. They want to reach out, they want to say the things they never said. But they are still gathering their courage. They are still sitting in the silence, trying to figure out how to pour a lifetime of unspoken love into a single moment. And that takes time. That takes divine timing. But just because they haven't spoken yet doesn't mean they're not feeling it. In fact, they're feeling everything so strongly that it keeps them awake at night. They think of you. They dream of you. They see signs everywhere. And they don't know if you feel it too. But part of them hopes you do. Part of them believes that your soul still remembers them the way theirs remembers you. You may feel it without understanding why. You may cry suddenly or feel overwhelmed with love or sadness or hope. You may feel watched over or peaceful or strangely connected to something beyond what your mind can explain. That's not random. That's their soul sending energy to yours. That's love moving through the invisible thread that still binds you together. That's the universe keeping your hearts close even across distance and time. This isn't just a moment of emotion. This is a sacred transformation. Your person is not running anymore. They are awakening, and awakening is painful. It breaks you open. It shows you everything you avoided. It strips away the lies and leaves only truth. And that truth is this: they love you. They always did. And even if they couldn't say it before, even if they're still afraid now, their heart is opening slowly, quietly, deeply. And when they are ready, that love will speak. The angels are wrapping you in their wings right now. They are reminding you that you are not imagining this. You are not crazy. You are not making it all up. This is real. This connection is real. This love is real. And it is not over. It is just becoming. It is just beginning again in a new, honest, and beautiful way. They want you to stay open. They want you to keep your heart soft, even when it's hard. They want you to trust that what is meant for you is still finding its way to you. Your person is coming home to themselves first. And then, in time, they will find the words. They will find the moment. They will find the path that leads back to you. Not with perfect speeches, but with truth. Not with polished plans, but with a soul that is ready to be seen, to be loved, and to love back fully. So if you feel tired, if you feel unsure, if you feel like giving up, remember this: the love that was planted in you did not die. It went quiet, it went deep, but it is rising again. And when it blooms, it will be stronger, truer, and more sacred than ever before. The silence will not last forever. The message is coming, the soul is healing. And love, real love, will always find its way back. Your person may not even fully understand why they're pulling away. They don't know why they can't just say what's in their heart. Inside, they're struggling with feelings they've never fully faced. Fear, doubt, guilt, and pain. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to protect you from the storm they feel inside. even if it means stepping back from someone they care about deeply. They are afraid that their confusion might hurt the very person who once helped them feel whole. They wonder if the love they feel for you is enough to overcome everything they haven't healed in themselves. They silently ask themselves if you could still love them if you knew the parts of them they've never shown. The mistakes, the regrets, the wounds that still ache late at night. And so they stay quiet, not because they want to leave, but because they don't want to bring their pain into your light, to use. But what they don't yet realize is that healing doesn't happen in hiding. Healing begins when you allow someone to love you through the brokenness, not after it's been fixed. The angels are gently reminding you to trust what your heart already knows. Maybe you felt a sudden heaviness in your chest, a strange dream, a moment where your breath catches and you think of them without reason. That's not your imagination. That's soul connection. Your person is calling to you not with words but with energy. Their spirit is reaching for yours, whispering, "I'm still here, I still feel you. I'm just lost right now." They remember you. They remember how your presence made them feel safe. How your love softened the parts of them they didn't even know needed softening in the middle of their silence. It's your memory that gives them the strength to keep moving, even if just a little at a time. This darkness they're in isn't here to destroy them. It's here to break down the walls they built to survive, walls that kept love out. They're learning slowly that they don't need to be perfect to be loved. They just need to be honest, to be real. Even if they haven't told you, they think about you often. In the quiet moments in the middle of the night, in the stillness of their heart, they're praying that you haven't let go, that maybe somehow you'll still be there when they finally have the courage to speak their truth. Because they're beginning to understand that love isn't about saying the perfect thing, it's about showing up even when you're scared. It's about staying even when everything inside you says run. And you, dear one, are the person they want to run back to. You are the dawn their soul is hoping for. So trust the signs. Trust the moments that feel like reminders, the sudden warmth, the random thoughts, the dreams, the way your body reacts when you think of them. These aren't random. They are messages. Their love is not gone. It's just quiet right now, like the moon behind the clouds. But it's still there, glowing, waiting for the sky to clear. They've imagined a life with you. Quiet moments, shared laughter, simple peace. They've dreamed of happiness with you. Not the kind the world praises, but the kind that fills the soul. And they're scared to admit it because it feels too beautiful to ask for. But that doesn't mean they don't want it. It just means they're afraid it might be too late. Afraid they might have already lost their chance. They carry that longing with them every day. They may smile at others, keep busy, go through the motions, but inside there's a constant question: will I ever feel whole again without them? The answer keeps pulling them back to you, not because they haven't tried to move on, but because some loves are too real to forget. Some connections don't fade with time. They only grow deeper in silence. They are afraid. Afraid that if they show you who they really are, you won't stay. But even in that fear, they still hold on to hope. They still picture your face. They still hear your voice in their dreams, and they still send silent prayers asking for another chance, not just for love, but for redemption, because they know you saw the best in them, and now they want to become the person you always believed that they could be. The angels are guiding them, whispering to them, helping them break free from the prison of their fear. And they're guiding you too, helping you stay steady in love, helping you trust that even when there's silence, love is still alive. That even when there's distance, hearts can still speak. Your love wasn't one-sided, it wasn't wasted. It was real. and it changed them. That's why they're still holding on, even if they're quiet. That's why they're still dreaming, even if they're scared. And that's why their soul is still reaching for yours, even now, because your love touched something in them that nothing else ever has. It opened them. It changed them. And no matter how long it takes, that kind of love leaves a mark that never disappears. So don't lose hope. Don't believe the silence means it's over. The silence is where transformation is happening, where healing is beginning, where their heart is learning to speak truth. And when the time is right, they will come forward. They will return, not with empty promises, but with real love, love that has been tested, broken, and rebuilt. Until then, trust what you feel. Trust what your heart knows. You are not imagining this. You are not alone in your longing. They feel it too. They remember. They still love you, and they are finding their way home. Amen.